the Dora Milaje. I hope I pronounced that right. Seriously, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, like Friday's episode 4, the Dora Milaje and everything else. It was the most, like, it was intense, it was emotional, it was subtle, it was action packed. It was just an epic episode, and I really love this episode. I loved it. I mean, the Dora Milaje, we're gonna get to them pretty much last. Seeing the basically the origins or the extended origins of course, what Bucky went through in actually removing all the Hydra programming, the emotion he went through, the crying, the tears, the love, the joy, the satisfaction of actually becoming a free individual, a man with a free mind, was totally amazing. It was totally amazing. You know, Sebastian Bass, I mean, he literally played that scene so dope. It was so emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, Bucky. Ah. It was such a dope scene. To see the joy in him actually being free was totally amazing. I mean, it was such an epic intro basically to this episode, because we initially are getting the backstory of what happened to Bucky when he went under ice, literally at the end of Captain America Civil War. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, we miss you. And R.I.P. to the man himself, Stan the Man, cameo, comic book, Lee. But yeah, it's like Marvel are giving us, they keep giving us like little extended stories that we thought, like, what happened to Bucky when he went under ice? Like when he went to Wakanda, like what did he go through? How did the programming get removed? And I think also we're going to see much more scenes from Bucky's past, and possibly even Sam's past, and maybe some of Baron Zemo's past. But overall, that particular intro was literally amazing. I mean, what I loved about this episode, it basically brought back Captain America, the first Avenger. In regards to, of course, we see, I forgot the doctor's name that was speaking to Steve basically about the super soldier serum. He said basically, if you have good within you, it amplifies the good. If it has the bad, if basically you're bad, it amplifies the bad. Hence why, of course, the Red Skull turned into, of course, the beast that he basically was. And of course, we go back to, of course, to John Walker, US agent, not my Captain America, hashtag. You know, the fact that he did what he did when he killed one of those guys, I forgot the gang's name. He literally got Captain America's shield and sliced it through his stomach. He literally murdered him. He murdered him in cold blood, wearing the Captain America outfit with the Captain America shield. And obviously that's now going to pop. That's now going to have like, man, the US is going to be on fire, because now, how is Captain America, the new Captain America, doing this? So we're going to have agents, we're going to have possibly SHIELD members flying in to try and take this guy out. It's going to be insane, mad insane. But it shows you basically that, I guess, John Walker, he basically must have been bad from the start to a degree. He must have, because the way he was acting, he was just taking at people like he was going to kill them, like he had no remorse. You know, at least with Cap, he had that humanity, that compassion, that empathy. Like, do you remember the scene where basically, where he finds Bucky in Captain America, Civil War, when they're basically in the building, and as Cap is fighting these agents, the soldiers, right? He's actually rescuing them and not allowing them to be killed and so forth. And he says to Bucky, like, no killing. Like, I believe that was his exact words and so forth. So you can see the difference between Cap and Steve Rogers, basically, and of course, John Walker. Just like Zemo said, you know, there hasn't been another Steve Rogers, when they were speaking about, you know, super soldiers and so forth. When obviously Zemo, he wants to kill and destroy the super soldier program, and then like basically I think Sam said to him, what about Steve? And then Zemo replies, has there been another Steve? It hasn't. So, you know what I'm trying to say. It also goes to show that Bucky is actually good. The serum never actually turned him bad because he was actually a kind, cool guy. So it brought back that element of Captain America, the First Avenger, which is why I love Marvel, because they've actually extended the storytelling of Captain America, the First Avenger, and brought it back to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Can you imagine if the Falcon and the Winter Soldier came out after Captain America, the First Avenger, or it came out after Captain America, the Winter Soldier? It would have been like an epic conclusion, or extended basically storytelling of Captain America's story. So that was so cool, man. But John Walker, he's out of it, man. I mean, he's literally a beast. Now, the difference is, and they've incorporated this from the comics, John Walker in the comics, he's stronger than Steve. The way Steve gets him is because Steve, he's got more experience. Regardless if you have all of that power, because they did say the super soldier serum was actually, of course, enhanced. It was better, right? Steve has basically, he has Steve Rogers, his combat style, he knows how to handle himself. If you compare the fight scenes that we saw with when we saw Bucky, and we saw basically, of course, John Walker, right? Not my Captain America. Basically, you could see that the fighting technique with Bucky, the style that Bucky had, while John basically, he literally just was what? He was basically just throwing his shield around, not being basically, he had no comprehension, no awareness, just brute force, and that's going to be his downfall. And of course, the way he killed that guy, when obviously his teammate literally got crushed, got punched by Carly through a brick wall, and he died. And I was like, yep, we're gonna see now pretty much the real dark side of this of the super soldier serum. So it was also a throwback to, of course, to Captain America Civil War, when we see Tony basically fighting with Bucky and Cap, and of course Iron Man's on the floor, Cap gets the shield, and then like Iron Man thinks he's gonna kill him, and he puts the shield down. And of course, what did John Walker do? The complete opposite. He killed the guy. Like, that shield now, he does not deserve to have that shield. And I think this might be the moment that the shield gets taken away from Sam, or he gives it to Sam, and John Walker goes on his merry way. Who knows? Because in the trailer we did, of course, see Sam with that particular shield. Now, was that scene just part of the trailer, or are we going to see Sam basically taking that shield back? And of course, what's going to happen to that shield? And who is going to be the next Captain America? Overall, the show was fantastic. It was dope. We got to see Carly for her twisted, compassionate side. Yes, Carly she's not a rebel. She thinks she's doing the correct thing, but basically she's not, because why? She's killing people, and that's the complete opposite to what Steve Rogers was doing. So, in regards to John Walker, could there be redemption from him? Possibly. They might make him into the new Captain America. Who knows? There might be redemption from him, but the problem is he can't take that shield on, because that shield, when you killed the guy, that shield, that's like literally pissing over the whole of America. You know, that's pissing over Captain America's legacy, what that shield actually stood for. Now that shield actually has blood on it. So, but overall, the Dora Milaje, yes, before I forget, that they were brutal. They manhandled, woman-handled, whatever you want to call it, John Walker. Like, they were beasts. Their fighting techniques, their style, their pace, their speed was totally amazing. It was insane. It was literally insane. And the way she disarmed, I forgot her name, she disarmed Bucky's vibranium arm. She just went. I was like, what's going on? And his arm came off. Interesting. And like, Sam was like, did you know that could happen? And he was like, no. But that scene was brutal. It was just so cool, the way they just literally 100% just dominated that scene. And it was cool to see them because we saw them fighting, of course, the Black Panther movie, but we never actually saw that particular style of fighting or the intensity. The way the scene was choreographed was literally, of course, insane, 100%. And I do apologize for moving the camera because my camera's kind of broke. I can't basically screw here we go, the Gorilla Pod on there, because one of the pins is one of the pins basically is actually is broken, so I can't basically screw this on, so it sucks. But going back to it, basically, I've never seen that style of fighting. The last time I saw that style of fighting was, I think, when I was seeing Elektra in Daredevil. But that scene was brutal, and of course John Walker felt kind of like, oh my gosh, they beat me up and I had no super soldier serum. Hey, they destroyed Bucky with a super soldier and he's got the serum. They took out, basically, the Falcon was like, hey man, hey, I'm not part of this, yo. So it just goes to show, it's not about the serum, it's about basically, it's about the style. It's about basically your fighting style, and that particular, not even fighting style, they are trained to guard, they are trained for battle. So that's something that pretty much Bucky has over John Walker. Why? Like I was saying, John Walker may have the power, but initially, Bucky basically, what does Bucky have? Bucky has the fighting technique. He has a style, and literally, Bucky is a killer. In regards to what he's been through, he's actually killed people. So it's going to be quite interesting to have these two fight against one and another, because you're going to have John Walker, who's a killer, who's basically become bad, and you're going to be up against Bucky Barnes, who's actually been killing people for the fun of it. So it's quite interesting to see what's going to transpire and how it's going to literally kick off. And of course, Bucky has that vibranium arm, so it's quite interesting. And I guess we all taking it to this conversation to the next level. Baron Zemo, he just disappeared in that episode. He disappeared. I was like, you know what? I'm out. So what's Baron Zemo's plan? What does he want to do? He obviously wants to end the Winter Soldier program, which he basically thought he did, but now it's been continued. So he's going to be looking for a way to take it out. The thing is, who will he kill? Will he kill John Walker? Will he kill Bucky Barnes if he had the opportunity? Who do you think Baron Zemo would kill? Or would he kill both of them? Would he kill both of them? You know? Be quite interesting. But I guess the question is, what's Baron Zemo's plan? What's he going to do? And how's the show going to end? There's only, there's only 2 episodes left. Episode 5 and episode, of course, 6. Overall, it's been a very power-packed, amazing, dope show, and I just want to know how it's going to end, and of course, what's going to happen to John Walker. Is he going to die? Is he going to be put in prison? Like, what's going to happen to him? Is he going to give himself up? He's going to be like, you know what, I can't do this, man, I'm a killer. Are they going to test him? Because now they have a new Captain America. So now, are the US government or the elites or SWORD, are they going to keep him basically in a base and take his blood and sample him and make him spend his time in solitude and whatnot? Like, what's going to happen to him? Or is Bucky and Sam going to do the right thing, say, you know what, go? I think they might let him off the hook and tell him just to go, change his identity and go. I think they'll do that to him. Secondly, could there be a Steve Rogers cameo? Possibly. I think there might be a Steve Rogers cameo, because he's not dead. Cap is not dead. You know, nobody, no dead. He's not dead. No way. So where is he? Where has he been? What has he been up to? Like, I really can't wait. This show has been amazing, and I can't wait to see. Now I've seen Wonder and Vision, and I've seen this. Bring on the low-key TV show also. But overall, this episode was amazing. I actually like Baron Zemo and Bucky and Sam. They actually make a really cool team. They don't like each other, but they make a good team. Now, one thing I liked about one thing I wanted to bring up is the actor that plays Baron Zemo, Daniel. I forgot his surname. He said, if you think of it realistically, the Bucky and Sam and Zemo, they all have one thing in loads of things in common. You know, Zemo's lost his family, right? Bucky has been mind controlled throughout his whole life. He just got his life back. He's trying to fit into the world, and he can't yet. Sam is trying to live. Sam is trying to basically live his life and pay for the boat, in regards to them not having enough finances to keep that family, a business alive. So he's trying to integrate basically and actually live life, but he can't, because he can't make any money. And it's kind of interesting to see these superheroes, and even like Baron Zemo, who's not a superhero. Of course, not even Sam is a superhero, but you know what I'm trying to say. To see these characters trying to integrate back into normal life, and it's just not working for them. So they all have that connection together, which is pain, suffering, and trying to adjust to this world. So that's a pretty cool scenario, man, because that's something you don't see in comic book movies or TV series. Like, you don't see that, you know, like, you don't. So that's what I really loved about the show. But it was so action packed. I mean, it was so subtle, and the way he took the serum. Well, actually, we never saw how he took the serum, funny enough. But what's the serum? Actually, the serum amplifies everything that's worse. So him being, if he's bad, it's going to make it worse. So he basically can be beyond the killer now. So it's quite interesting. So like I said, man, I know I haven't really gone in detail about the show in regards to Easter eggs, whatever it might be. But overall, I really enjoyed it for what I just explained. I think it was an amazing take. And I felt like the Russo brothers were involved in this series. It was so well done. So this episode, it was so well done. The raw emotion, the intensity, the action, the drama, like what's going to happen next? I mean, come on, like the way Marvel ended the episode, like I saw a guy on Twitter saying, he goes, how can Marvel end it like that? When literally John Walker just literally brutally just killed that guy in cold blood in front of everyone. They took out their phones, which means he's all over social media right now. The Captain America is Captain Murder now. So yeah, you know, like that shield, he can't have that shield anymore. He is not Captain America. That shield does not belong to him, period. So I think it's going to go back to Bucky or Sam. You know, they can't have it. So now what's it going to be? You've got John Walker, who's a killer. You've got Baron Zemo's on the run. Sam and Bucky are pretty much the ones that freed Baron Zemo. Carly is literally on the loose. You're probably going to have now all of the secret services, sword, shield, who knows, coming from the USA to try and capture John literally Walker. You have the power broker. No one knows who basically he is. People are saying it might be Mephisto. I mean, there's so many things happening at once. And Marvel, in this particular situation, they've dealt with it because it's just so many questions. What happens to John Walker? What happens to the gang that Carly's part of? Who's the power broker? What happens to John Walker? What happens to Baron Zemo? And I don't think that Baron Zemo will get killed, period. I think something's going to happen to Zemo. I think he might turn over a new leaf. Who knows? But overall, I love the show. It was amazing. Sorry, I keep saying the show. Yeah, the show has been so far. Has been super dope and just completely nuts. I can't wait to see what happens next. Bring on episode 5 and 6. And I really hope we get season 2 of The Falcon and The Winter Soldier. If not, we have to see them again somehow within the MCU. Of course, I can't wait to see Scarlet Witch in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Bring on Loki, which is only 6 episodes too. Can't wait to see how that kicks off from Avengers Endgame. And of course, at the end of the year, we've got Spider-Man 3. And July the 17th, we finally are getting Black Widow. Overall, let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4? How did you feel when you watched it? 100%, how did you feel when you watched it? Like, what were your thoughts, reactions to seeing that brutal killing of the fake Captain America, or the US agent, Patriot, whatever you want to call him? Let me know in the comments literally down below your thoughts on Captain America. No, sorry, I always get it mixed up on The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We all know Steve Rogers is alive. With that being said, Let me know in the comments down below. Peace.